I broke up amicably with Lin Muwan, the wealthy heiress. She got back together with her long-lost first love. As her stand-in boyfriend, I tearfully accepted a 50 million yuan breakup fee and left quietly. It was supposed to be a dignified split for both of us. But why after we broke up? Did she suddenly rush over and threaten to kill me? Honest to God. All I did was go on a blind date and find a new partner, right? Shenju, are you tired of living? Along with a sharp, furious roar, the private room door was kicked open violently. Lin Muwan stormed in wearing high heels. She casually grabbed the wine bottle on the table and smashed it hard onto the floor. Glass shards flew everywhere. The dark red wine splashed the skirt of my blind date sitting across from me. The girl let out a scream, her face turning pale with fear. Miss Lin, are you crazy? I frowned. Me crazy? You're the one who's lost your mind. Lin Muwan ran right up to me and grabbed me by the collar. Her eyes were bloodshot with anger. I've only been gone a few days, and you dare go on a blind date behind my back? We already broke up. I looked at her calmly. Broke up? When did I agree to that? She stared at me through gritted teeth. I gave you 50 million yuan as your pocket money, so you'd stay home and wait for me obediently. Who gave you the nerve to spend my money on other women? I pried her hand off forcefully. Lin Muwan, that 50 million was the breakup fee you gave me. You said Ji Baxiao was back, and you wanted to make your relationship with him official. I took the money and left to make space for him. Isn't this the dignified split you wanted? Dignified my ass. She slammed her hand on the table. Who the hell do you think you are, to talk about dignity to me? You're nothing but a dog I kept, even if I don't want you anymore. You have to stay put and wait for me. The blind date girl was shaking with fear, grabbed her bag and ran for the door. You feel bad for her? The bodyguards outside immediately blocked her path. Lin Muwan, don't go too far. Let her go, I said as I stood up. Lin Muwan sneered coldly. She walked up to the girl and looked her up and down. This kind of trash. Think she can compare to me? Are you blind to pick this cheap loser to annoy me? Miss Lin, please show some respect. The girl was on the verge of tears. Slap. Lin Muwan raised her hand and slapped her, hard across the girl's face. Who the hell do you think you are, to talk back to me? Lin Muwan, I was completely furious. I pulled the girl behind me. What the hell do you want? Right at that moment, hurried footsteps came from outside the door. Ji Baxiao ran in out of breath. His face was pale. His eyes were red and puffy, looking extremely weak and fragile. Wan, don't be mad. It's all my fault. He grabbed Lin Muwan's arm, his voice trembling with tears. I shouldn't have come back. If I hadn't come back, Brother Shen wouldn't feel threatened, and he wouldn't have gone on a blind date. Please don't blame him. Blame me instead. Lin Muwan held Ji Baxiao's hand back, her gaze softening immediately. Baxiao, this has nothing to do with you. You're just too kind. That's why this ungrateful bastard bullies you. She turned to look at me, her eyes turning ice cold again. Shenzhou, look at Baxiao, then look at yourself. You're not even fit to lick his boots. I stared coldly at that pair of scumbags. If he's so great, why are you here bothering me? Go back and live happily ever after with him. You think I wanted to come see you? Lin Muwan stared daggers at me. News of your blind date spread all over my social circle. Everyone knows the dog I kept. Ran off to find someone else right away. You've completely humiliated me. I took a deep breath to hold back my anger. Going on blind dates is my own business. It has nothing to do with you. I already accepted that 50 million when... Let my blind date leave. Let my blind date leave. We stay out of each other's way from now on. Call it even in your dreams. Lin Muwan took out her phone and dialed a number. Freeze all bank cards under Shenzhou's name right now, especially the one with 50 million yuan in it. He can't touch a single cent of it. She hung up the phone. She looked at me smugly. Shenzhou, you're broke now. I'd like to see, without my money, how you're gonna afford to keep other women. I clenched my fists. My nails dug deep into my palms. Lin Muwan, don't push me too far. I am bullying you, so what? What are you gonna do about it? She stepped forward and patted my cheek. Your sister's medical bill is due next month, right? Without this 50 million yuan, she's as good as dead. My pupils constricted sharply. If you so much as lay a finger on her, that depends on how well you behave. A cruel smile tugged at the corner of Lin Muwan's mouth. She pointed at the private room door. Get the hell back with me right now. Or else, I'll have your sister's life support pulled tomorrow. Ji Baxiao gently tugged at the hem of her clothes from the side. Wanwan, isn't this too cruel? Brother Shen just made a stupid mistake on a whim. Cut him some slack just this time, okay? Stay out of this, Baxiao. This lowlife deserves to be taught a lesson. Lin Muan let out a cold snort. She looked at me with total disdain in her eyes.
Shenzhou.
I'm only giving you 3 seconds to think it over. I closed my eyes to hide the killing intent in my eyes. Fine, I'll go with you. 2 bodyguards stepped up and grabbed my arms from both sides. I didn't fight back. I let them drag me out of the restaurant. The blind date girl hid in the corner, trembling as she watched everything unfold. I didn't even have time to say sorry before I was shoved into Lin Muan's stretch Lincoln. The atmosphere inside the car was super tense. Lin Muan sat across from me, holding a glass of champagne. Ji Baxiao was like a docile little cat, leaning against her shoulder. Shenzhou, do you feel wronged? Lin Muan swirled the wine in her glass, her tone full of mockery. You took my money. You should have known you're just a substitute. I haven't even told you to get lost yet. How dare you go look for another woman? Do you really think you're that much of a catch? I turned to look out the window and said nothing. Cat got your tongue? You were pretty mouthy when you were talking back just now, weren't you? She tapped my calf with the tip of her high heel. Speak, what do you want to hear? I turned my head and looked at her blankly. Me begging for mercy? Or me swearing my loyalty to you? Lin Muan. If you love Ji Baxiao that much, why won't you just leave me alone? Lin Muan's face instantly darkened. Leave you alone in your dreams? Your face looks somewhat like Baxiao's. That's your only worth. Now that Baxiao is back, you wouldn't even be worthy of tying my shoes. But anything that belongs to me, Lin Muan, even if I throw it away, no one else gets to pick it up. Ji Baxiao sighed at just the right time. Brother Shen. Stop making Wanwan angry, okay? Wanwan has a straightforward temper, but she still cares about you. As long as you behave obediently, Wanwan definitely won't treat your sister badly. His words sounded perfect on the surface, but every single one stabbed me right in the heart. I let out a cold laugh. Ji Baxiao, stop playing the good guy. You dumped the poor for the rich back then, stole the Lin family's money, and ran off. Now you see Lin Muan is the one in charge. So you come back acting all lovesick. Aren't you afraid of karma? Splash! Ice-cold champagne was splashed right on my face. Lin Muan glowered at me furiously. Shenzhou, shut your mouth right now. Baxiao had his own reasons back then. Who do you think you are to slander him? If you badmouth him one more time, I'll kill you. Ji Baxiao's eyes instantly turned red. Tears started rolling down his cheeks. Wanwan, stop it. Brother Shen is right. It's all my fault. I shouldn't have come back. I'll leave right now. I'll never show up in front of you two ever again. He reached for the car door as he spoke. Lin Muan hurriedly hugged him and wiped his tears with great distress. Wait, don't go. This bitch is the one who should leave. Don't worry, I'll definitely make him apologize to you. The car soon drove into the Lin family's hillside villa. I was roughly pushed out of the car by the bodyguards. I staggered a few steps before standing firm. Lin Muan held Ji Baxiao's hand and walked ahead like a queen. Lock him up in the basement, without my permission. No one is allowed to give him any food. He left these words coldly. 2 bodyguards immediately dragged me to the dark and damp basement. The iron door slammed shut with a bang. The whole place fell into dead silence. I leaned against the icy cold wall, gasping heavily for air. I don't know how long passed. Light footsteps came from outside the iron door. The door lock was opened. A beam of dazzling light shone in. Ji Baxiao was holding a cup of hot tea and walked in slowly. The pitiful look on his face was long gone, replaced by undisguised smugness. Brother Shen, the basement doesn't feel good, does it? He walked up to me, looking down at me from above. What are you doing here? I stared at him coldly. I'm here to bring you tea. He chuckled softly and suddenly flipped his wrist. The scalding hot tea was poured directly onto the back of his own hand. Ah! He let out a shrill scream. The teacup in his hand fell to the ground and shattered into pieces. The basement door was flung open violently. Lin Muan rushed in with several servants. Baxiao, what's wrong? She spotted Ji Baxiao's swollen red hand at first glance and screamed right away. Wanwan, I was kind enough to bring Brother Shen tea. Not only did he refuse to drink it, he even poured it on my hand. Ji Baxiao leaned into Lin Muan's arms, sobbing so hard he could barely breathe. Is he still mad that I took you away from him? Lin Muan turned her head sharply, staring at me like a knife dipped in poison. Shenzhou, you're asking for death! She rushed at me. raised her hand to slap me across the face. I grabbed her wrist immediately. Lin Muwan, are you out of your mind? He poured the tea himself. And spilled it on himself too. Are you blind? How dare you quibble! Lin Muwan yanked her hand free from my grip and slapped me again with her other hand. The crisp sound of the slap echoed through the basement. I turned my head to the side and tasted a hint of blood at the corner of my mouth. Beat him! Lin Muwan pointed at me and screamed hysterically. Beat him till he kneels and apologizes to Baxiao. Several bodyguards swarmed towards me. Fists rained down on my body. I curled up on the ground and held my head tightly to protect it, without making a single sound. Lin Muwan stood aside, watching all this coldly. Shenzhou, this is what you get for defying me. Who do you think you are? How dare you touch my person? Ji Baxiao tugged at her sleeve and turned his head away, pretending he couldn't bear to watch. Wanwan, just let it go. If you keep beating him, you'll kill him. After all, he's been with you for 3 years. Even if he has no merit, he has hard work to show for it. You're just too soft-hearted. Lin Muwan touched his face lovingly. She waved her hand to signal the bodyguards to stop. I struggled to get up from the ground, wiped the blood off the corner of my mouth. A sharp pain came from my chest. I guess 2 of my ribs are broken. Lin Muwan, you'd better kill me today. I lifted my head, staring at her fiercely. Otherwise, one day, I'll make you pay back everything with interest. Lin Muwan laughed like she heard the funniest joke ever. Pay me back? As if you could. You're a useless loser who only survives on my charity. What do you have to fight me with? She walked up to me and stepped on the back of my hand. The heel of her high heel ground hard against my knuckles. I clenched my teeth and didn't let out a single scream. Tomorrow night is my engagement party with Baxiao. She looked down at me, her tone full of malice. Since you love staying at the Lin family's place so much, you can come serve dishes for us tomorrow. I lifted my head abruptly. Over my dead body. You have no choice in this, Lin Muwan sneered. Your sister's ventilator? Costs 100,000 yen a month in maintenance fees. If you dare say no, I'll send someone to the hospital right now and cut off her medication. My whole body jolted in shock. The rage in my eyes could have burned her to ash. Lin Muwan, you are a total beast. Call me whatever you want, I don't care. She shrugged indifferently. Remember, 8 p.m. tomorrow night. Put on the waiter uniform. Don't you dare embarrass me. Then she held Ji Baxiao's arm and left without looking back. The basement iron door was locked again. I slid down the wall and sat in the dark, with my hands wrapped around my head. My little sister is the only family I have left in this world. She got into a car accident 3 years ago and fell into a vegetative state. The hit-and-run driver escaped. To pay for the sky-high medical bills, I had to sign that humiliating substitute agreement. I thought if I just endured for 3 years, when I got the 50 million yuan, I could take my sister abroad for treatment. But I never expected. Lin Muwan never planned to let me go at all. The next evening, the Lin family villa was brightly lit. I wore an ill-fitting waiter uniform, carrying a tray full of champagne, weaving through well-dressed guests. The wound on my chest still ached dully. Every step felt like dancing on the tip of a needle. Lin Muwan wore a gorgeous custom-made gown, arm in arm with Ji Baxiao, who was in a formal suit, standing in the middle of the hall, receiving blessings from everyone present. Ho? Isn't this Shenzhou? A sharp female voice came from behind me. I turned my head and saw Zhaoya, Lin Muwan's best friend. She sized me up from head to toe while holding a wine glass. Her eyes were full of contempt. Why are you dressed like this? I thought you would have been kicked out long ago. The surrounding guests all cast weird looks at me. Miss Zhao, please step aside, I said in a low voice. Step aside? Why should I? Zhaoya snorted coldly. You're just a lowly servant carrying plates. How dare you talk to me in that tone? She suddenly flipped her wrist and splashed all the red wine in her cup right on my face. The cold liquid ran down my cheeks into my collar, making me look totally embarrassed. The hall went quiet immediately. Everyone turned to look in our direction, whispering to each other. Lin Muwan and Ji Baxiao also walked over. What's going on here? Lin Muwan asked with a frown. Wanwan, this servant of yours has no manners at all. Zhaoya played the victim first to frame me. I was being nice to say hello to him. He actually dared to glare at me. Lin Muwan gave me a cold look. Shenzhou, are you looking for a beating again? Apologize to Yaya right now. I wiped the red wine off my face and looked at her calmly. I didn't do anything wrong. Why should I apologize? You dare to talk back to me? Lin Muwan raised her hand, about to slap me again. Ji Baxiao quickly stopped her. Wanwan, today is our engagement day. Don't get mad over a nobody like him. He turned to look at me. A trace of viciousness flashed in his eyes. Brother Shen, just apologize already. Don't make a fool of yourself in front of everyone. Right at that moment, Ji Baxiao suddenly cried out in shock. Where's my ring? He patted his pocket, and his face changed drastically. Wan, the engagement ring you gave me is gone. As soon as he said that, the whole crowd burst into an uproar. That ring is worth 10 million yen. Lin Muwan specially bought it from an overseas auction house. How could it be missing? Didn't you just put it in your pocket earlier? Lin Muwan panicked. I don't know. Only Brother Shen came close to me just now. Ji Baxiao pointed at me fiercely. Brother Shen, did you steal my ring? All eyes immediately focused on me. Looks of contempt, mockery, and curiosity mixed together, like an airtight net wrapping around me. I stared coldly at Ji Baxiao's fake, dramatic face. I didn't take it, you're lying. Zhaoya jumped out immediately. You were the only one closest to Baxiao just now. If you didn't steal it, who did? Shenzhou, are you that desperate for money? You even dare to steal Baxiao's engagement ring? Lin Muwan's face turned terrifyingly dark. She strode right up to me, staring daggers into my eyes. Shenzhou, hand over the ring. I told you I didn't take it. I met her gaze without flinching at all. You won't give up until you get caught, huh? Lin Muwan sneered. She turned to the bodyguards and ordered, Search him. 2 bodyguards stepped forward right away and roughly pressed down on my shoulders, started rummaging through my clothes. I didn't put up a fight and let them search me like I was a criminal, because I knew struggling would only bring me more humiliation. A few seconds later, one of the bodyguards reached into my suit pocket and pulled out a small velvet box. The box opened. A sparkling diamond ring lay quietly inside it. The entire crowd burst into an uproar. He really was the thief. Oh my God, how shameless can he get? He can't get money as a stand-in, so he started doing these sneaky, petty thefts. How did Miss Lin raise such an ungrateful brat? When Ji Baxiao saw the ring, he immediately covered his mouth, and his eyes turned red again. Brother Shen, if you're short on money, you can just tell me. Why would you steal the ring Wan gave me? It's the token of our love, you know. Those words of his pushed me right into the eye of the storm. Lin Muwan was trembling with fury. She grabbed the box in one go and smashed it hard right in my face. Shenzhou, you make me sick to my core. Did the Lin family ever skimp on your food or clothes? How could you stoop so low as to steal things? The small box hit my forehead, leaving a bleeding scratch there. I looked at the ring rolling on the floor and suddenly burst out laughing. What are you laughing at? Lin Muwan was enraged by my laughter. I'm laughing at how stupid you are. I lifted my head and stared at her with cold eyes. Ji Baxiao never even got close to me just now. How did this ring end up in my pocket? Don't you have any idea about that? How dare you say Baxiao framed you? Lin Muwan raised her hand. There was a loud slap, and she hit me hard across the face. What kind of person Baxiao is? I know better than you do. He doesn't even have the heart to step on an ant. Why would he ever frame you? Shenshu, you not only have sticky fingers, you also spout nothing but lies. She pointed at the hall floor, her voice sharp and piercing. Kneel down and kowtow to Baxiao to apologize right now. Otherwise, I'll send people to the hospital right away. And yank your sister's ventilator plug. Same old trick again. She always knows exactly where my weak spot is. To force me to give in, I looked at all the gloating faces around me. I looked at Ji Baxiao and the undisguised glee in his eyes. Then I looked at Lin Muwan's face, which I used to find stunning, but now only looked hideous and disgusting. The last glimmer of hope in my heart completely died out. It's been 3 years. To repay old Master Lin for his past kindness to me, I willingly hid my real identity and stayed by Lin Muwan's side as a stand-in. I thought as long as I kept backing down, she would understand my efforts one day. But I was wrong. Some people are rotten to the core. Lin Muwan, this is the last time you threaten me. I looked at her calmly. I felt no anger, and no humiliation either, only the coldness of looking at a dead person. I took my phone out of my pocket, right in front of everyone present, and dialed the number I hadn't called in 5 years. The call was answered after just one ring. Hello? A deep, authoritative male voice came from the other end. Big brother, I said in a calm tone. I've had enough of playing around. Come pick me up and take me home. The entire hall went dead silent in an instant. Everyone was stunned, as if they couldn't process what I was doing. Lin Muwan was the first to come to her senses, as if she had heard the funniest joke ever, and started laughing wildly. Shincho, are you out of your mind? Big brother? What big brother do you even have? Your dead dad who carried bricks at construction sites? Do you think making a random phone call and putting on an act will get you out of punishment? She suddenly stopped laughing, her eyes full of malice. I'm giving you one last chance. Kneel or your sister dies tonight. I put my phone away and looked at her coldly. Lin Muwan. You'll find out soon enough who should be kneeling. Keep acting tough then. Lin Muwan was stung by the coldness in my eyes and flew into a rage out of humiliation. Bodyguards, pin him to the ground for me. Break his legs if he doesn't kowtow today. Several burly bodyguards immediately surrounded me. Jibaxiao stood behind Lin Muwan, with a vicious smirk on his lips. Brother Shen, just admit defeat already. Why make things harder for yourself? Just as the bodyguard's hand was about to touch me. Bang! The heavy front door of the villa was kicked open violently from outside with enormous force. The deafening noise even made the crystal chandelier in the hall shake a little. Everyone was startled and turned to look towards the door. They saw 2 rows of men in black suits and sunglasses filing into the room and quickly lining up on both sides. This setup is way better than the Lin family's own security by at least a dozen levels. Right after that, a man and a woman surrounded by bodyguards walked into the hall with big strides. The man was tall and well-built, with a cold, stern face. His facial features looked a bit like mine. He exuded the authority of someone who's been in power for years. He was the current head of the Shen family, top tycoon clan in Beijing elite circle. My older brother, Shenting. The woman walking next to him wore a striking bright red dress. She was stunningly beautiful, but her gaze was as sharp as a knife. That was Jiang Ji, eldest daughter of the Jiang family in Beijing elite circle, and my fiancé arranged before we were born. The entire hall fell dead silent. Everyone was shocked by this sudden turn of events. Lin Muwan frowned and stepped forward. Who are you people? How dare you break into the Lin family's engagement party? Jiang Ji didn't even spare her a glance and walked straight up to me. She looked at the blood on my forehead and the slap mark on my cheek. Her expression turned icy in an instant. Who did this? Her voice wasn't loud, but it carried a terrifying sense of oppression. I didn't say a word. I just turned my head to look at Lin Muwan. Jiang Ji turned around, stepped slowly in her high heels towards Lin Muwan. Was it you who hit him? So what if I did? Though Lin Muwan was a little guilty, she still put on a tough front. He stole Baxiao's ring. I can punish my own dog however I want. It's none of your damn business. Dog? Jiang Ji let out a cold sneer. The next second, slap, an extremely loud slap, landed hard on Lin Muwan's face. The slap was so hard, it knocked Lin Muwan straight to the ground, blood trickling from the corner of her mouth. Everyone in the room gasped in shock. Wan, Ji Baxiao screamed, and rushed over to help Lin Muwan up. You crazy bitch! What gives you the right to hit someone? Security! Where's the security? Throw these people out! Lin Muwan held her swollen cheek and stared at Jiang Ji in disbelief. You dare to hit me? Do you have any idea who I am? I don't care who you are. Jiang Ji looked down at her like she was looking at a pile of trash. You dare to lay a finger on my man? You must be tired of living. Your man? Lin Muwan froze for a second. She looked at me, then looked back at Jiang Ji and suddenly burst out laughing. Shenzhou, you're really something, huh? You just got dumped by me and immediately hooked up with a rich woman. Wait, where did you find this woman? From? Some random club? She's such a good extra. Her acting is pretty convincing. Shenting's face turned completely dark. He walked over to me and patted me on the shoulder. Ajo, is this the woman you put up with for 3 years to repay a debt? That's just so stupid. I let out a bitter laugh. Brother, I was blind. Brother? The smile on Lin Muwan's face froze. She finally seemed to realize something was wrong. Jiang Ji glanced coldly at all the guests in the hall. Let me introduce everyone. This is the second young master of Shen Group from Beijing Elite Circle. And my fiancé, Shenzhou. As soon as those words came out, it was like a bomb went off in the entire hall. Everyone's eyes widened in shock. The Shen Group? That one that controls the entire country's economy? Shenzhou is actually the second young master of the Shen family? How is that possible? Oh my god, the Lin family messed with the wrong person this time. Lin Muwan's face turned pale in an instant. She stared at me tightly, her lips trembling slightly. No way, this can't be real. You're just a poor loser who gave up all his dignity Just for money, aren't you? Your sister's still in the hospital surviving on my money. I looked at her broken expression and felt absolutely nothing. Lin Muan, I already paid all my sister's medical bills. 3 years ago, enough for 10 whole years. I stayed with you for... It's just because your grandpa saved my life back then. I promised him I'd keep you safe for 3 years. Now the 3 years are up. We're even now, you and I. I turned to look at my older brother. Bro, let's go. Wait, Ji Baxiao suddenly stood up. He clearly still hasn't figured out the situation and was still trying to fix things with that fake innocent act. Brother Shen, even if you're the young master of the Shen family, you can't steal my ring. Give it back to me right now. My older brother Shen Ting glanced at him coldly. Annoying. The bodyguard behind him stepped forward immediately and kicked Ji Baxiao hard in the knee. Ji Baxiao let out a shrill scream and fell heavily to his knees. The young master of our Shen family would care about a cheap garbage thing like yours? My older brother snorted coldly and walked me out of the Lin family villa. Jiang Ji walked at the back. She glanced back at Lin Muan. A mocking smirk tugged at the corner of her mouth. Miss Lin, get ready for the Shen family's fury. Back at the Shen family manor, I took a shower and put on clean clothes. The cut on my forehead was already treated by our private doctor. I sat in the spacious study, staring at the night view outside the window, and let out a long, heavy sigh. All the frustration and restraint I've put up with these 3 years finally came to an end tonight. My older brother sat behind the desk, flipping through the documents in his hand. All the dirt on the Lin family. I've already looked into... All of it, he said without lifting his head. Over the years, Lin Muan has been using the foundation old Mr. Lin left behind to act all arrogant and domineering, and has offended a lot of people. The Lin Group's capital chain was already super tight. If I just make a small move, they won't last a month. Whatever you say, bro, I replied calmly. Meanwhile, the engagement party at the Lin family villa ended on a bad note because of this whole mess. The guests left in a hurry like they were avoiding the plague. Lin Muan sat in the empty hall, her hair a mess, her cheeks swollen and red, looking like a lunatic. Ji Baxiao knelt beside her, carefully holding an ice pack to her face. Wanwen, don't be mad, okay? That Shenju must be lying. There's no way he's the second young master of the Shen family. If he really had that powerful of a background, why would he stay by your side as a stand-in for 3 years? Ji Baxiao's words were like a lifeline to her, and Lin Muan clung to it tightly. Yeah, you're right. She stood up abruptly, a crazy light rekindling in her eyes. He must be putting on an act. That woman named Jiang Ji must have been paid off by him. He just wants to get back at me this way and embarrass me. Lin Muan will never be scared off by his cheap, dirty tricks. She pulled out her phone right away and called the company's finance director. Check the Shen Group's movements right now. Also, freeze Shenzhou's 50 million RMB bank card immediately. Don't let him take out a single cent. The finance director's trembling voice came from the other end of the line. But President Lin, something bad happened. Several of our company's big overseas projects were all suddenly shut down just now. And the bank also cut our loan limit. Our capital chain is broken. Lin Muan's phone clattered to the floor. Her legs gave out, and she collapsed onto the sofa. How could this happen? How could this happen? Ji Baxiao also panicked. Wanwen, what just happened? Get lost. Lin Muan pushed him away hard and wandered around the living room like a headless chicken. That's impossible. There's no way Shenzhou has that much power. I don't believe it. I'm going to ask him myself. The next morning, Shen Group headquarters building. I was wearing a custom-tailored suit, surrounded by more than a dozen executives, stepped out of the president's private elevator. I just got to the lobby when I heard a bunch of noise. Let me in! I need to see Shenzhou. Lin Muan was held back outside by several security guards, yelling at the top of her lungs with no decorum. She saw me, and her eyes lit up, waving at me like crazy. Shenzhou, get over here! I stopped in my tracks and stared at her coldly. When the security guards saw this, they immediately used more force and pushed her further outside. Let go of me! Do you have any idea who I am? I'm the CEO of Lin Group. Lin Muan struggled violently. One of her high heels fell off. I waved my hand, signaling the security guards to let her go. Lin Muan immediately rushed right up to me, glaring at me completely out of breath. Shenzhou, what dirty tricks did you use? To take down my company? I looked at her disheveled, pathetic state and could only feel amused. Lin Muan, even now, do you still think I'm playing house with you? Who do you think you are? If it weren't for old Mr. Lin's sake, Lin Group would have gone bankrupt 3 years ago. That's nonsense, Lin Muwan screamed. My grandpa would never need a broke loser like you to help him. You only stayed with me for my money. I shook my head. I didn't even feel like explaining anything to her. Think whatever you want. But let me warn you one thing. Lin Group's bankruptcy is just the start. Everything you owe me, I will make you pay for every last bit of it. With that, I turned around to leave. Lin Muwan suddenly lunged at me, grabbing my arm tightly. Shenzhou, you can't do this to me. I'm your woman. Have you forgotten the 3 years we spent together? I shook off her hand in disgust. Lin Muwan, don't flatter yourself. Have you even touched me once in these 3 years? Every time you looked at me, you were thinking about that loser Ji Baxiao. He's back now, right? Why aren't you happy? What are you doing here pestering me? Lin Muwan was left speechless by my words. Right at that moment, Zhang Ji walked in from the door in high heels. She walked over to my side and naturally linked her arm through mine. Zhou, why even waste your breath on this trash? She looked down at Lin Muwan. Miss Lin, I suggest you hurry back and get ready for bankruptcy liquidation. If you wait any longer, you won't even have enough money to buy a plane ticket to run away. Lin Muwan stared daggers at Zhang Ji, at the arm of hers that was linked with mine. A flash of insane jealousy crossed her eyes. Zhang Ji, don't get too cocky too soon. Shenzhou doesn't love you at all. He's only with you to get back at me. Zhang Ji looked at her like she was an idiot. Lin Muwan, do you have paranoia or something? Whether Zhou loves me or not is none of your business. You, on the other hand, destroyed 100 years of the Lin family's legacy for a lying, manipulative scumbag. If your dead grandpa knew about this, he'd probably rise from his grave out of anger. Shut up! Don't you dare insult Baxiao! Lin Muwan reacted like a cat whose tail had been stepped on and started screaming. Baxiao is the only person in the world who loves me the most. When I was kidnapped back then, he risked his life to save me. He stayed with me in the dark for 3 whole days and nights. He even took a knife stab for me. Who even is Shenzhou? He's just a lowly stand-in. Hearing that, I couldn't help but sneer. What are you laughing at? Lin Muwan glared at me furiously. Zhang Ji sighed, pulled a thick document bag out of her purse. Lin Muwan, I really feel sorry for you. You've been played like a fool for all these years, and you still worship your enemy as your savior. She slammed the document bag hard against Lin Muwan's face. Open your damn eyes and see for yourself. Who was the one that saved you back then? The bag fell open and its contents spilled all over the floor. Photos and documents scattered everywhere. Lin Muwan froze for a second, then crouched down to pick up a photo. The photo showed a blood-covered teenager, carrying an unconscious girl on his back, struggling to walk along a muddy mountain road. Although the boy's face was covered in mud, you could clearly tell it was me, and the unconscious girl was none other than Lin Muwan. What is this? Lin Muwan's hand started shaking. She frantically flipped through the documents on the ground. They included the police report from that year, hospital rescue records, and even the kidnapper's confession. Every piece of evidence clearly proved that the person who stayed with her in the abandoned factory for 3 days and nights and risked his life to save her was Shenzhou, not Ji Baxiao. No way, this can't be real. Lin Muwan shook her head wildly. Her face was as pale as a sheet. Baxiao, he has the jade pendant I gave my savior back then. How could he be lying to me? I looked at her coldly. That jade pendant is a memento my mother left me. I got badly injured back then when I tried to save you. I was completely unconscious. Ji Baxiao took the opportunity to steal my jade pendant and pretended to be your savior. After I woke up, old Master Lin found out the truth. He felt really guilty towards me, so he forced you to sign that agreement with me. He hoped I could stay by your side, to protect you and guide you. Too bad you're not just blind in the eyes, you're also blind in the heart. It was like a bolt of lightning struck Suzuki. She collapsed and sat on the ground. She stared blankly at the photo in her hand, big teardrops falling hard onto the paper. So the person who kept holding my hand in the dark back then and told me not to be scared was you.